Hey folks, and welcome to Waking House Yoga with Jane. Today's practice is part 3 in the Lord's Prayer yoga class series that I started when I came online into the YouTube space. We were in the middle of that series, and so I've decided to back record the first 3 parts, and we'll start with part 3. So just a little bit about this. Part 3 addresses the message, endow us with the wisdom to produce and share what each being needs to grow and flourish. So that passage, I'll read it one more time. Endow us with the wisdom to produce and share what each being needs to grow and flourish, is a translation of what we would normally say in the Lord's Prayer as, give us this day our daily bread. So we'll be diving into this in an embodied way today. I did want to preface the practice by saying that while I had originally planned a practice, specifically for this message, and if you were in person with me at that time, that's, the flow that we would have done. However, I was so inspired by my last video, the Unfiltered flow, check that one out, that I decided that this is just a much more appropriate way to approach our practice by receiving what is given in the present moment. And I think that it makes sense to take this particular passage or any holy writing or quote that is speaking to you, bring it onto your mat, and then unfold what it means to you in an embodied way through your practice. So we'll be applying the unfiltered flow method as we kind of dive in to this passage and just allow the Spirit to bring up whatever it does, both in the way of the movement of our body and also any wisdom or insight that arises during the time of our practice. So, hope that makes sense, and I'm so glad to have you along. Let's get started. So I'd like to begin practice on our knees, sitting on the heels with your knees wider than shoulder width apart, or whatever feels comfortable for you. So with knees together, we could call this hero's pose. So maybe this is a version of hero's pose as we just allow the knees to separate to a comfortable width. My big toes are touching underneath me. Just letting myself kind of settle into this shape, which might be a little bit unfamiliar. I'm feeling called to it, and so we start here in this place. And then as you arrive in this shape, just allow the shades of your eyes to close. Or find a soft gaze at the earth, whatever feels right for you in this moment. Just begin to notice the breath, inviting air into and out of your body in a conscious way. Soften anywhere that you can. And connect all of your attention to the feeling of air moving in and out of your nostrils to ground you here in the experience of this moment right now. Today we welcome into our practice the prayer, endow us with the wisdom to produce and share what each being needs to grow and to flourish. Breathe that in and breathe that out. For 2 or 3 more breaths, just allowing this message to sink into your physical body. I'll read it one more time. Endow us with the wisdom to produce and share what each being needs to grow and flourish. And you might keep your eyes closed, or you might allow them to slowly open. And then the next time that you inhale, lift off of your heels as you rise up, sweeping your arms out and up overhead. With your exhale, lower the hands to the space of your heart and sit back onto your heels. With your inhale, rise up, circle your arms to the sky. And exhale, lower down. With this gesture, we invite our prayer into the space of our hearts to anchor us throughout our practice today. Endow us, we pray, with the wisdom to produce, especially at this time, and to share, especially in these circumstances, what each being needs to grow and to flourish. With your exhale, lower down, hands to your heart. Come to center. With your inhale, reach your right arm out to the side and up overhead. Lower the fingertips of your left hand to your mat and bow over to your left side. Rise up to center. Inhale, sweep the other arm up and overhead. And then as you exhale, come to center. Inhale, right arm, bow to the side. And center. Find the rhythm of your own breath as you fluidly side bend from side to side. Yoking with your breath as much as you can. For me, this is an inhale as I bend and an exhale as I come to center. Yeah, this might become really fluid for you, so just notice how it evolves as you listen to your body and let yourself start to reflect maybe a tree. I'm feeling like a tree in my body right now. A tree will be a theme through our practice as we consider what each being needs to grow and to flourish. With your inhale, lift off of your heels, sweep your arms to the sky, interlace all of your fingers but your forefingers. With your exhale, side bend to your left, look to the sky, inhale to center, and exhale to the other side. Inhale to center, fold forward and lower down onto your hands and knees for table. With your inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. With your exhale, round the spine. Find a few rounds of cat-cow flowing with your own breath. Just to begin to warm up and open the body so that we are more able to receive. Yeah, and then you may begin to find some natural or organic movement. I'm circling my hips from side to side. Consider what would feel good for you right now as you just begin to approach your practice. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the spine, then lift the hips, down dog. Let yourself arrive here. You might choose to roll the body forward for plank pose and then roll the body back. You might lift one leg and then the other. You may choose to bend your knee and stack your hips. Okay, let yourself
arrive here in this shape also. We're just coming into the experience of our bones. So we start to notice what we feel in our physical body. Roll the body forward, plank pose. Inhale at the top and then exhale to lower down. With your inhale, cobra, lift the gaze, lift the heart, maybe upward facing dog. Exhale, press back, child's pose. Lift onto your fingertips, lengthen through the shoulders. Next time that you inhale, glide your body, glide your face forward across your mat toward the top of your mat. Inhale to lift the heart and lift the gaze. With your exhale, press the sitting bones back. Toes curl under to support you. And then with your inhale, glide forward and lift up. Exhale, press the sitting bones back. Forehead meets your mat. One more time. Walk your hands toward the top of your mat so that your hips come over your knees, and then lower your face to the earth. This is dolphin. Let your awareness be in the space of your lumbar spine, inviting a curve into that space. Imagining all of the spaces between the vertebrae of your spine. And then sending the breath there. With your forehead against the earth, consider this space the home of what many yogis call your third eye and the seat of your wisdom. So in this practice, we draw in to this seat, to this location of the existence of our wisdom, the portal, if you will, to the part of us that is all-knowing. And that if we enter it, can tell us what we need, can empower us to share it, can inspire us toward growth, and encourage us in our flourishing. Slowly make your way back to your hands and your knees, table. Circle the hips once in one direction and then in the other. Come back to your neutral table. Lengthen your right leg behind you. Let it lift off of your mat. As you exhale, tuck it in toward your nose. Inhale, lengthen it long, and exhale, tuck to your nose. One more time. Lengthen your leg long and then lower your toes to your mat behind you. As you inhale, reach your right arm up to the sky and rotate onto the sole of your right foot. Modified side plank. Your exhale, lower back to neutral table. Inhale, left leg extends behind you. Exhale, tuck knee to nose. And inhale long, 3 times at your own pace. Last time, lengthen the leg long, lower the feet, lengthen the leg long and lower the toes of your left foot to the mat. Rotate onto the sole of your foot as you extend your left arm to the sky. Modified side plank, other side. With your exhale, return to neutral table. As you inhale, send the leg back, reach your arm to the sky. It's modified side plank on the right side now. And from here, you might lower your arm down by your side as you begin to make large circles from the joint of your shoulder. Let your gaze follow your circles. Long, deep breaths. Next time you exhale, neutral table with your inhale. Extend the leg back, reach your arm to the sky, and then begin to circle
now from the left shoulder joint. Your breath is natural. It doesn't have to flow in any particular pattern. Find your neutral table once again. Inhale to drop the belly and lift the gaze. Exhale, down dog, hips lift to the sky. Inhale, roll the body forward, plank pose. Exhale, lift the hips. Lower your knees to the earth. Walk your hands toward the top of your mat. Forehead lowers to the earth, meets the ground. Breathe into the space of your forehead. Ask that wisdom would meet you there in that space. With your inhale, neutral table. And then lift the hips for downward facing dog. Right leg lifts to the sky behind you. Feel it stretch through the front of your right hip flexor. Next time you exhale, step the right foot forward for your high lunge, and then inhale to rise up. Inhale, straighten the front leg as you lift. Exhale, bend the front knee, bend your elbows for cactus arms. Sink toward the earth. Inhale, lift toward the sky. Exhale, bend the arms, bend the knee. Inhale, rise. And exhale, lower. One more time. Exhale, cactus arms. Lower the hands behind your back. Palms move toward each other as you interlace your fingers. Shoulders drop back and down your back. Space of your heart opens. Engage your inner thighs. Option to lift the hands behind you, deepening the expansion of the space of your heart. Next time you inhale, sweep your hands to the sky. Exhale, bow to the earth. Step your back foot forward, forward fold. Inhale to a flat spine. And exhale, bow forward. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, bow. With your inhale, reverse swan dive all the way to standing. Hands come together overhead and then lower to the space of your heart. Press your thumbs against your sternum. Close your eyes. Feel the soles of your feet against your mat and the beating of your heart. Breathe deeply into the space of your heart. Watch it expand. Exhale, release the air from the space of your heart. Inhale, arms sweep up and overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale to a flat spine. Exhale, bow forward. Step your right foot back, high lunge. Let your inhale lift you up to center. Next time that you inhale, straighten your front leg, lift to the sky. Exhale, bend your knee, bend your arms, cactus arms, lower toward the earth. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bend. Find your own breath. One more time. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, sink in, lower the hands behind you, interlace your fingers, open the space of your heart, shoulders drop back and down your back. Option to deepen this by lifting the hands behind you. All of your awareness in the expansion of your heart space. Imagining an inflowing of wisdom to know what it is that you need in your own being and what is needed for others, that we might not individually, but together as a collective, grow and flourish. Next time you inhale, release the hands, lift them up overhead. Exhale them to the earth. Step your front foot back, lower all the way down. Inhale, lift up, however deep that is for you. Exhale, hands and knees, circle your hips. One direction and then the other, 2 or 3 times. Invoking the spiral that takes us deeper and deeper into the seat of our own inner being. Inevitably, the dwelling place of God and the source of all wisdom. Okay. I'm still going because it still feels right. All right, and then come to neutral table. Press the sitting bones back. Let's take a child's pose. Option to fold the hands at the nape of your neck or to drape them down by your sides to relieve the shoulders. Find what you need. Legs might be together, legs might be separated. Watching your breath move in and out of your forehead. Letting your prayer be a petition for wisdom. Trusting the practice of presence, the practice of silence, to always produce the fruit that we need for ourselves and for others. Start to lift up and sit back on your heels where we began our practice. And then with your inhale, rise up. Curl the toes under, palms touch overhead. Exhale, lower the sitting bones down to your heels, palms to your heart. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, sit back. Inhale, rise up. As you exhale, bow forward, hands and knees. Lift the sitting bones to the sky, step or jump to your forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, bow to the earth. Release your head, neck, and shoulders. Deeply bend your knees. 2 breaths here. I'm holding the back of my ankles to intensify it. Next time you inhale, rise to standing, hands overhead. Exhale through the space of your heart. Release your hands by your sides, palms face the wall in front of you. You may choose to close the shades of your eyes as you sense into the soles of your feet. Acutely aware now of the skin on the bottoms of each of your feet. Find a soft gaze now out in front of you. Begin to pour your weight into your right foot. And as you feel stable, detach the left foot from the earth as we approach our tree pose, looking for a safe place for the sole of your left foot to land. Finding something that feels really good for you right now. And then considering where your arms want to go. What expression of tree is available to you right now in this moment? Stay focused on the point that is anchoring you. There's a micro bend in your right knee, okay, keeping you safely here. And if you start to fall out, just return. Just come back to it. As we embody the shape of a tree, we let ourselves become and we tap into the wisdom of the tree that produces in its season, that bears its fruit and drops it to the earth freely. Let ourselves consider this message and our seeking for wisdom to feed ourselves and to feed others food that is matter and food that is spiritual. Let your next exhale slowly release you from this shape. And then find what you need to let go of that. Come back to center and step your feet out a little bit wider than hip width. Inhale, hands to the sky, interlace your fingers. As you exhale, bow over to your left. And then just hinge forward from your hips as you arc to the other side. Find your breath however it comes to you in this shape. You might inhale as you rise up, exhale as you hinge forward and arc to the other side. Your breath may just flow naturally. I wouldn't worry too much about yoking it with your movement if it distracts you from the feeling in your body, okay? So just be with this flow here. Let it become fluid. I'm bending my knees and starting to sink down. See what it becomes for you and honor where you are. Don't do anything that causes pain. 1 or 2 more times. Come to center. Inhale, 5 pointed star, hands separate. Exhale, lower them down, center. Roll one shoulder forward and back, and then the other. Yeah. Settle in once again to the soles of your feet. Find your drishti, find your focal point. And then as you're ready, pour your weight now into your left foot. And as you feel stable, release the right foot this time. New expression of tree on the other side. What does that mean for you? Maintain that micro bend in your low leg. And then let yourself become expansive if that feels right for you. You might be drawing inward now, and if so, honor that. And then let your awareness return to the message of the tree and to the many things it teaches us. And its unfiltered wisdom. Take one more long, deep breath. And as you exhale, release. Let go. Give yourself over to what it is you need to unwind that. And with your inhale, step your right foot behind your left foot and reach this right arm up and overhead. Exhale, come to center. With your inhale, crisscross other side. Center. And then let your own intuition guide you as you crisscross from one side to the other. And just experience where your arms go as they desire to go. Let go. Let go of any attachment to what it should be, and just let it be what it is. All right. Find your way as you are complete back to your center point. Draw your hands together at your heart. Bones against bones at the space of your sternum. The rise and the fall of your breath as your anchor. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Your exhale, swan dive forward. Plant the palms. Step one foot back and then the other lower to the earth. Your inhale, rise up. Your exhale, press the sitting bones back, child's pose. Curl your toes under. Inhale, glide your face forward and lift up. Exhale, press the sitting bones back, forehead contacts your mat. Inhale, glide forward and lift up. Exhale, heel, sitting bones to heels. One more time. Come to rest here, just for 2 or 3 more breaths in your child's pose, with your forehead contacting the earth, with the seat of your wisdom open, and all of your awareness in that space. Endow us with the wisdom to produce and share what each being needs to grow and to flourish. As you feel ready, make your way up. Press up and sit into one hip or the other. And then extend both legs into your wide leg straddle. Shift off the flesh of your sitting bones. Arrive in this shape. Next time you inhale, lift your hands to the sky. Exhale, bow to the earth. Lower your face down as far as it feels comfortable. And then as you inhale, drag the fingertips in toward the body and reach them to the sky. Exhale, bow to the earth. Inhale, draw in, rise up. Exhale, bow. One more time. Bow to the earth and then come to stillness here. Your feet remain flexed. You might be on your palms. You may have lowered to your forearms. Wherever you are, know that it's the place you should be. And then soften everywhere that you can as you start to bow to the ground. Notice where you feel the most sensation and send the breath into that space. The noticing of where it is that we feel something in our body and choosing to be with it, that is the practice that eventually takes us to wisdom. The learning, the practicing of being here with what is now, just as it is. That is the true portal to the well of wisdom within each of us. Let yourself descend deeper into it if you can. And slowly start to rise up.
Draw the soles of your feet in so that they meet in front of you. Shift off the flesh of your sitting bones once again. Let your palms rest against your knees. And then as you inhale, open the space of your heart and lift your gaze. With your exhale, round your spine. Inhale, rock forward. Open the heart. Lift your gaze. Exhale, rock back. Round the spine. Tuck your chin. Inhale, lift to center, cross one ankle over the other, and then place your palms once again on your knees. With your inhale, squeeze your shoulders up to your ears tight as you can. As you exhale, sigh out of your mouth and release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. 2 more. Notice how you feel. Consider what you need. Following the intuition of my own body, I'll invite you to place the soles of your feet out in front of you. And to put your palms behind you, fingertips facing your heels. With your inhale, open the heart, maybe go deeper and lift the hips. And then exhale to the earth one more time. Reach for the front of your knees with your palms. You might scoot your bottom toward the top of your mat, and then as you exhale, roll back and roll forward. Find several rolls here just to massage the muscles along the length of your spine. And finally, let yourself roll back onto your back, hug your knees into your chest, and just rock from side to side across the space of your sacrum. Come to center and make a circle with your knees as if you're using your knees to draw a circle on the ceiling. We return to the spiraling. Reverse the direction of this circle as the spiraling of the root of your body takes you even deeper in. Now hug your knees into your chest. Plant the soles of your feet on your mat. Lift your hips so that you can place your palms face down under your sacrum and lower your sacrum down onto the tops of your hands. Drop the weight of your sacrum onto the tops of your hands as you extend your legs to the sky so the soles of your feet face the ceiling. You might want to stay here in this gentle supported inversion, or your feet may want to separate as you expand into a wide leg straddle. Be where you are, just as you are. And wherever you are, lower the soles of your feet back to the earth. Lift your hips so you can remove your hands lower back down and extend one leg out and then the other so that you're supine on your mat. Allow the palms of your hands to face up toward the sky. Breathing deeply. Soften every bone that you can. Let go of any tension around your eyes or your mouth or in your forehead. And instead of sharing silence together in a comfortable seated position, let us invite that silence into our corpse pose, into this shape of surrender as we recognize that the only way to wisdom is to let go of what we think we know. As we petition God that we might be endowed with the wisdom to produce and to share what each being needs to grow and to flourish. We willingly let go of how we've understood wisdom, what we've believed about the nature of wisdom. We open the space of the heart as it is vulnerably faced toward the heavens. We ask for the infilling of the Spirit. And we wait in the silent space, trusting God's willingness to fill us up. Let us share 10 breaths here together in the heart space of inward seeking. Brother or sister, I will leave you here in this shape. Maybe you need to rest here longer, and I invite you to embrace that possibility. So I thank you for your wisdom seeking, for your practice, which is the vehicle to any deeper life. I commend you for your silence and for your waiting and for your trusting. Amen and namaste.